What were you saying, Krasimir? Sorry about it. I was checking this video.
You said that Denis Cyplenkov 10 years ago, in your eyes, is way stronger than this Denis that pulled Devon right now?
And this is not it. John Brzenk had some even important points to say about Denis. John believes that Denis may still have a better shot at beating Levan than even Devon Larratt, even in a rematch. Now that is good enough to give us arm wrestling fans, to give us Denis Cyplenkov fans some hopes that Denis may still be able to climb the mountain once again and become the number one arm wrestler in the world. It's a long shot, it may not happen, maybe 5% chance of that happening, but still John gave us some hopes. Hello arm wrestling fans, in this video we will be discussing a brief summary of the recent Engin terzi podcast with John Brzenk and Krasimir Kostadinov. Lots and lots of interesting topics discussed there, such as John versus Krasi history, Denis versus Levan, Devon versus Levan, Denis versus Hermes Gasparini, which may already have been confirmed for next year spring. So let's start. I thought that Krasimir is undefeated against John Brzenk, but that's not the case. Even John didn't remember beating Krasi, but Krasi remembers it well. So in that tournament, Russian A1 tournament, Krasi was already exhausted because he had 2-3 long wars. And then he didn't even want to pull John Brzenk because he knew that he couldn't do anything against John. Krasi said, "I didn't pull you back then, I was too exhausted. I had 2 matches with Anatolis and after that, 1 match with Tokarev and I didn't pull you." So John won that tournament and Krasi didn't place. So John has a win over Krasi. John is doing as good as he can to beat Krasi, to prepare for Krasi. This is what he said. "I've done everything I can do. I've been training hard. I'm trying not to cross the line. Arthritis is problematic. I'm bringing my best, so we will see." I think this match is going to be a war unless John Brzenk gets really tired, really exhausted, which I don't see coming because it's a best of 5, not a best of 7. But let's see what happens there. So while training with Sasho Andreev, Krasi was getting top rolled by Sasho. That's something interesting, but if we take a look at it, Sasho top rolls everyone except for Paul Lynn. He almost top rolled everyone, so maybe that's not a bad thing. But the good thing for Krasi is that he was beating Sasho in a hook and then Sasho had to resort to a open top roll. That's why he was taking his wrist, but still Krasi was flop pressing him straight to the pad. So John Brzenk wanted the winner of Lachlan Adair versus Krasimir Kostadinov, and that's how he got this match because Krasi defeated Lachlan in an absolute war. And Kidargali Ongarbayev wants the winner of Todd Hutchings versus David Dadikian. Basically, he wants to have the title first and then maybe a rematch against Todzilla Todd Hutchings. And then the prime Denis Cyplenkov era, prime Denis Cyplenkov shape debate started. The reason for this debate was Krasimir mentioned that John was saying about 10 years ago that Todzilla Todd Hutchings should face Denis Cyplenkov and everyone was laughing. And now John is saying the same, that in 2024 Todzilla can face and give a good match to Denis Cyplenkov. To this, Engin terzi replied that right now it may be possible, but 10 years ago it was something to be laughed about. Todzilla couldn't have done anything against Denis Cyplenkov, but both John and Krasi had a disagreement with that statement. So Engin was saying that the reason that this is not prime Denis Cyplenkov is simple. Denis had the side pressure, the dragging hook power back in the days. Right now he doesn't have that. And why is he not so strong? Because he still has that low grip, which is awesome if you want to curl somebody in and go sideways. But right now Denis Cyplenkov is a top roller and he's still taking that low grip, which is extremely detrimental against the possibilities of his success. And I think it makes total sense. Trying to top roll someone from a dad move, this is something that Denis Cyplenkov tries to do against everyone, including Devon Larratt, and of course it is not going to work. John was saying that even prime Denis Cyplenkov struggled against Michael Todd and Dave Chaffee. That's why he believes that Denis may still be near his prime. He was not that strong, that untouchable even back in the day. Krasi was saying that Denis couldn't hook Pushkar, so his hooking power maybe was never that great. And he was having wars with Ivan Matyushenko on the left arm in the practice pulls. So maybe even his left wasn't that great ever. And even the Russian guys were telling Krasimir that this Denis Cyplenkov is really strong. He's almost at its peak, if not better. So these were the reasons for them believing that Denis Cyplenkov now is as strong as he has ever been, maybe even stronger. Then Denis Cyplenkov versus Levan Saginashvili discussion. Engin terzi for this time was saying that nope, it is not possible. The Denis Cyplenkov that faced Devon is going to get easily top rolled by Levan Saginashvili, and this is not a match. Maybe 1 year from now, but for sure not now. But Krasi and John had something else to say. Krasimir said that Denis has better pronation than Gasparini. Krasimir said that Denis definitely has a shot against Levan, because what Devon did to Denis, Levan doesn't have any of those weapons. Levan cannot come forward, Levan cannot switch from top roll to hook, and Levan cannot press. So that's why Krasi believes that Denis can in fact beat Levan Saginashvili even in this shape, even in the current shape. And John went as far as to say that Denis Cyplenkov has a better shot against Levan Saginashvili. And both Krasi and John were agreeing that Levan's side pressure, his finishing power may not be that great, and Denis Cyplenkov's stop here, it can be really difficult for Levan to deal with. Engin said something about the size of Denis Cyplenkov. He was saying that Denis in the prime was close to 60 centimeter biceps. Now he's 50. I don't think the gap is that big because Engin measured it kind of strictly and without the pump. Igor Mezurenko in 2018 measured it after the pump and he kind of measured it diagonally. So still, even I think that that was at least 5-6 centimeter gap. And I said it one of the videos that nobody who's already an elite level arm wrestler and who's already lean, not fat, ever lost about 2-3 inches in his biceps and got stronger. It just simply doesn't happen. Denis Cyplenkov having 56 centimeter biceps and 50 centimeter biceps cannot be the same person. And the same calculations for his forearms as well. So Denis Cyplenkov versus Gasparini. Engin terzi said that this match may happen in the spring next year and it may already have been confirmed. Now this is great news. Both Gasparini and I'm assuming that Denis Cyplenkov also want that match. Now the common belief, Engin also believes that, I also believe that, is Gasparini is probably going to destroy Denis Cyplenkov. But Krasi and John once again do not think that. Krasimir said that Denis Cyplenkov's pronation is much better, much stronger than Gasparini's pronation. Hermes has a stronger wrist and he has a much stronger back pressure, but he does not have the pronation of Denis Cyplenkov, and that's how Denis can cause some problems to him. And even John Brzenk believes that Denis Cyplenkov has what it takes to beat Gasparini. Devon versus Levan. Both Krasi and Engin and also John Brzenk said that Devon has a shot in this match, but still the favorite to win that match is going to be Levan Saginashvili. So these were the highlights. The main questions are, can Denis have a shot against Levan, and can Gasparini struggle against Denis Cyplenkov? I'll not say beat Denis because I believe he's going to beat Denis, but will Denis get the job done this time? Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe.